So when he saw them, he said to them, go show yourself to the priest. And so it was that they went. They were cleansed. Quick note, when did they get healed? As they went. Can someone make a mental note, or make a note if it's your Bible, that the road of obedience is to be traveled by me? Did you hear me? That road of obedience. Where he says go, go. Now the announcement of their cleansing, they were still in their same state. But as they journeyed, things began to happen. I don't know the kind of conference they were having, but I'm sure they were taking a peek at each other. Maybe one person saw that something had changed, and all of a sudden they began to inspect themselves. And I can imagine the different sound that was playing at that point. I'm sure by the time they got to the priest, because the priest was supposed to sanctify, so by the time they got to the priest saw them clean. Now we're talking about leprosy. It says leprosy here, or they were lepers, but we can imagine all kinds of skin diseases. External diseases that you can tell from a distance. Now, the reason why they were far away was that according to their custom, you are not supposed to be near. Now, the distance is not known, but one of the historians claim that when you are in the wind direction, you're supposed to be at least 50 feet. I mean, how would you like it if you are sick? Because of your sickness, you're quarantined. Now, the only people you can hang around with were the people who were like you. Now, how are you going to get better? Because if it was contagious and you are hanging with those who were that means you are forever trapped. Now, if there was help going to come from outside, you were supposed to be followed. Now these guys, I don't know what they had heard, but they said, you know what, this guy can help us. And if you're here today, I don't know what is going on with you, but if you've heard someone's testimony, can you begin to cry unto God and say, God, have mercy on me too. Have mercy on my children. If God has healed somebody, if God has come through for someone, can he come through for us as a church? If he's come through for someone far off, can he do it for us also? Verse 15, and one of them, when he saw that he was healed, returned, and with a loud voice, glorified God. This guy became a choir unto himself. Can you come to church with some loud voice? Can you come with some nerve to glorify God? How many get testimonies and sit on it? How many see God do stuff for them? We're waiting for the big one. How many, you don't even have to come to church. Go to God. When was the last time you buckled your knees and said, God, you've been good to me? Without someone provoking it. It was voluntary. Now this guy, I don't know where he learned how to do this. But I have a sneaky feeling that when God does something for you and me, he's trying to get us to see whether we'll follow him. See whether we will return to where. Don't let what you don't have make you despise what you have. What you have is good enough to give thanks. If someone had what you had now, they will be jubilating, they will be dancing, they will be celebrating. And I like this guy. Not only did he have a loud voice, he used his whole body. Look at the next verse. And he fell down on his what? Face. How many of you are falling on your face in church? Now, please, picture this. Was he falling on his face on a carpet? What was he? At the end of the day, it does not matter if I have to give God thanks. Your dress is too fine for you to kneel. But let it change from today. He fell on his face and at his feet, giving him thanks, and he was what? A Samaritan. Now, why is that inserted? Because the other guys were Jews. So the Jews got healed, but bolted off. The Samaritan, who was not supposed to even be hanging out with Jews, gets healed and makes a beeline back to give him God. If you've known a little better, I think you ought to do a bit more.